Welcome to my podcast, From Bounce Checks to Private Jets. My name is Hazel Ortega, and I share stories of my personal journey that took me from zero to success. And today I'm going to be talking to you about how to scale your business. I only share from my own personal experience. I would never tell you to do something that I didn't personally do. And I started my business from my garage. I didn't have enough money to even rent an office, but I knew that I wanted to start my own business. After working full time and being a single mom, I yearned to stay home with my kids. I was working as a psychologist on a school campus, and I was dealing with kids that were having a lot of emotional problems. And one of the common reasons for that was that their parents were not there for them. At least that's the way the children perceived it. Their parents were busy working, busy running businesses, or having their own busy lives and problems in their lives. And I thought, wow, if I keep doing this job, my own children are going to be sitting across a psychologist's desk with the same complaints and same problems. Well, I was already working as a psychologist, which is a challenging job. And I would go home and write 20-page papers whenever I had to assess a student. And I knew that I had to change my career because I wanted to be there for my own kids. And I thought that I should start a business. And so I used my 20 years of experience as a legal secretary in workers' compensation law to start a business with all the contacts I had made in the past 20 years. And I started a business where I knew who could refer business to me. As a legal secretary throughout 20 years, I knew a lot of lawyers, I knew a lot of secretaries, and I knew the business of vocational counseling. I was now a psychologist and I qualified to be a counselor for injured workers. So I used my past experience to start this business, and I started from my garage. I didn't have any money, and today this business is the largest counseling center in California. And how I did this, to begin with, I had a lot of services that I offered, at least 5 different things that I did and that I billed for, different sources of income. However, I really watered down my company's services. So I wasn't really known for one thing until I chose to focus on one area, which is the counseling aspect of my business. So I niched my business and I dropped all the other services that we were offering and really just focused on one thing. And because of that, I became known for that one thing. And so whenever anybody was thinking of me and whenever anybody's thinking of you, it should be for that one thing that you do. Niching down was one of the smartest and best things I ever did. It made my business very clear to me, and it made it easy for people to find me. The next thing that I did to scale was to public speak. Before, I used to help people one-on-one, and then I was stuck. For 5 years, my business didn't grow. I had the same income from the beginning all the way until 5 years. And I knew that I was already, again, missing out on being with my kids. Yes, I was at home with them, but now I found myself busy at home. And that's not the life that I wanted to live. I also had other aspirations. I wanted to travel. I wanted to have time for relationships. I wanted to buy nice things. I wanted to buy a bigger home in a nicer neighborhood. And that couldn't happen with the current income that I was generating. So I knew that I had to scale by getting in front of many people. And I was deathly afraid of public speaking when this was happening. But I knew that I was ready to scale. I knew that that was the next step for me to have a transformation in my business. And I started speaking at my local attorney chapters. I started speaking at any location where there were my ideal clients, injured workers, and doctors' offices where they were sitting, at events where I knew that my ideal clients would be at. And at first, I started with 10 people, then it went to 20 people, and before I knew it, 100 people. And before I know it, now I'm keynote speaker at a national conference. And this is what made all the difference. I 10x my business, and then I 10x my business again. So those are the types of things that I did. And lastly, I also did begin to hire other people. In the beginning of my business, I was doing everything. I was providing the service. I was confirming eligibility for the benefit. I was submitting the bills, and I was calling to collect on the bills. And I was never able to catch a break. I was very stressed out and working all the time. It wasn't until I sacrificed myself to hire somebody else that I was able to generate even more business. And I remember the struggle. I remember thinking that I could not afford to hire somebody. But honestly, now I'm giving you that advice. Take a little less, and you're going to make a lot more with that free time. I hope these tips help you. These are exactly the things that I did to get me to where I am today, and I repeat them over and over. I highly recommend them. If you have any feedback, any comments or questions, please put them here, and I'll be happy to respond and read your messages. If you like my message, please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.